Hello, I am Jeremy Chan, a junior researcher in the Knowledge Visualization Department of the Know Center, which is a research institute based in Austria. In this presentation, I will be briefly walking through the main findings from my paper, titled Designing a Sensor Glove Using Deep Learning. To start off, a sensor glove can be defined as a glove with sensors to extract information concerning hand movements. Here I present a self-made glove of our own. It is fitted with an excessive amount of sensors, which includes IMUs, flex sensors, pressure sensors, gyros, magnetometers, and etc. With data of hand movements, one can attempt to recognize hand gestures. Some examples of such are illustrated from the figure, where a gesture is defined as a movement of the hand to express an idea. The objective for gesture recognition is to classify the data from the hand movements into specific gesture classes. Such data will be in the form of a time series where the gesture would occur within a period of the time series. Data of 31 gestures were collected from a total of 22 participants. For each gesture, the participant is first shown a video clip of how to perform it. They then perform the gesture either 5 or 10 times whilst being recorded. With the collected data, we process it with the use of machine learning to classify each time series sample to a gesture class, specifically through the use of neural networks, which is a mathematical model that can take a time series sample as an input and output a probability distribution regarding which gesture the sample belongs to. Through this, we have achieved high true positive rates for participants by using data from all the sensors, which we know consist of some redundancy. We question whether we could use any information from the model to make a better glove design. With the experiment and the data, we are aiming to answer 3 main research questions, which can be summarized as: number 1. Is it possible to create a design with minimal sensors whilst retaining a degree of prediction accuracy? Can the same be done where the focus is to create a cost-effective design? Number 2. Is it possible to create a personalized glove design tailored for an individual solution? Can the same be done for a general solution? Number 3. How different are the set of sensors from the different designs and the different solutions? And we answer them through the use of importance estimates. They are a form of measures to rank the significance of sensors in relation to the classification of gestures. We achieve this by introducing a layer of weights in between the input and the neural network. Within the input, there are multiple data channels which represent the sensors. Some sensors take up multiple data channels. For such cases, variable sharing is done between the channels. The weights are all initialized to 1s, essentially serving as an identity function in the beginning. When considering cost effectiveness as well, another neural network is used to account for the additional constraint. Again, an additional layer is used, which utilizes the weight from the original importance estimate layer. Instead of the standard way of training, we train in 2 phases. The first phase, we freeze the importance estimate layer and train the model for a baseline result. The second phase, we take an existing baseline, freeze the model, and train just the importance estimate layer. After the training, the importance estimates, which originally serve as the identity function by being initialized as 1s, will now vary from the training. The value of the weights can then be normalized and ranked. Here is a heat map of the importance estimates. On the y-axis, we have 2 participants coded JQ28 and AL29. They are examples of solutions to be used for a personalized glove design. On the y-axis, we also have the average of all importance estimates from all participants, labeled all, which is an example of a generic solutions for a general glove design. On the x-axis, they are the data channels which correspond to a sensor on the glove. This is depicted by a S followed by a number. The shade of blue signifies its significance, where the darker shade means it has greater significance. In this presentation, we are going to focus on one participant labeled JQ28. With the importance estimate, we can proceed to remove senses that have ranked poorly in terms of significance. Here we remove 20 and 40% of the senses. In the binary heat map of the participants, the y-axis represents the different percentage of sensor removal, and the x-axis consists of the data channels which correspond to a specific sensor of the glove labeled with an S followed by a number again. For the heat map, the highlighted sensors mean they are retained in the removal, whereas transparent sensors mean they are removed. The sensors removed are also highlighted in the diagram of the glove above. For this particular participant, we can see that the flex sensors at the base and tip of the thumb, pressure sensors of the middle and ring finger, as well as the IMUs on the wrist are being targeted for removal. We verify the effect of removal by comparing the metrics with an original baseline. Here we compare models that focused on classification accuracy, the heat map on the left, and models that focused on cost effectiveness, the heat map on the right. On the heat map, it depicts the true positive rates for the same participants. The x-axis consists of 31 gesture classes, and on the y-axis, they are the different true positive rates from the baseline model as well as the models with different percentage of removal. Here we can see that as more sensors are removed, especially around after 40%, the performance of the model also diminishes. This effect is more visible from the model that focuses on prediction accuracy, which is the heat map on the left. In conclusion, we introduced the use of importance estimate to identify significant data channels in time series data. We have illustrated it with an example of a sensor glove for gesture recognition. We have demonstrated a method for removing redundant sensors with a way to verify if they are indeed redundant. And for future work, we aim to perform more analysis on importance estimates to perhaps improve upon the ranking method for removing redundancy. Thank you for attending my presentation. I hope that it was informative. More details and information regarding the method is available on the paper itself. We hope other researchers will find it useful and adopt our methodology in their design.